10 things every business analyst should know. Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel Simple Analyst. Today we are taking a deep dive into the world of business analysis. I'll be breaking down the end-to-end business analysis lifecycle, and whilst I'll be doing this, you're going to hear me use the word BA a lot, which is just short for business analysis. To aid with the learning, I decided to put this on a mind map. I'm going to provide this in the link in the description below, so please do make use of it. So without further ado, let's go. 1. Understand the business. When it comes to solving a business problem or identifying an opportunity, it all starts with the understanding of the business itself. This means taking a closer look at the products or services that the business has to offer, or more particularly the market that is trying to serve. As a BA, your main goal in this is to have a deep understanding of the challenges that the business is kind of facing. So business sometimes could be dealing with inefficient processes. They could be dealing with lack of data-driven decision making. They could have technology challenges. By you identifying the target customers for the products and services of this business, you kind of help the organization to kind of better address these challenges and achieve its goal. 2, identify the business need. Identifying the business need, some people say business case, is one of the first steps in any project. The business needs are essentially the goals and objectives of the project, or even a solution in this case. The BA talks to the customers and the end users to kind of gather their needs and understand why they want this particular project. Some people sometimes refer to this as a discovery phase, because it's when we are kind of gathering information and researching to understand the problems and opportunities that we have on hand. 3, define the project scope. Before beginning to elicit the actual requirements, it's kind of important to define the project scope. This phase involves ensuring that the high-level scope of the project is clear and complete. A complete project scope will describe all the parties that are involved within the project. And when we're talking about parties, we are talking about people, team members, the system, internal departments, the vendors, the customers. So in addition to this, we always want to have a high-level description of the project, which involves the goals, the risks, the budgets, assumptions, the business processes that will be covered as part of the solution, even as well as those ones that won't be covered as part of the solution itself. 4, elicit requirements. As a BA, one of your main responsibilities in this case is to gather and define the business requirement that will lead to a suitable software solution. I'm mentioning software solution in this case, but it doesn't always lead to a software solution, because you could be involved in the different aspects of the SDLC lifecycle, right? So discovery phase, or maybe maintenance, or maybe the actual implementation, depending on where you are in terms of the business structure. I'm just using the word software solution loosely here because I'm trying to just kind of portray a point. It's a crucial role that kind of requires a lot of attention. We're talking about requirements gathering in this case, elicitation, right? It's a crucial role that involves a lot of attention and continuous refinement. To gather the necessary information, there are several techniques that we kind of use to kind of do this. So we conduct interview with stakeholders to kind of get their perspectives and insights. We facilitate information gathering sessions where everyone can openly discuss their needs and expectations. We utilize surveys and questionnaires to collect data from a wider audience. We observe stakeholders as they perform their tasks to gain a deeper understanding of their workflows and their pain points. We analyze existing systems and documentation to kind of identify any gaps or areas for improvement. So by using these various techniques, we can ensure a comprehensive and thorough analysis of the business requirement, which essentially leads to a successful implementation. 5, analyze the requirements. First things first, we need to gather all of the requirements, and then we prioritize them carefully. This kind of helps ensure that we don't miss on anything important or any important details that's kind of lurking around. Once we have this list of requirements, we then need to go through them and make sure that they are kind of accurate and they are suitable for the project. This process is an iterative one, right? It means that we kind of go over and over it. We kind of go to refine and improve the requirements as we go. During this process, we might come across some questions and issues that we need to dig deeper into and ensure that everything is kind of covered. And at the end of this stage, we have a comprehensive and robust sets of requirements. 6, document and present the requirements. Once we've analyzed the requirements, we need to document them in a way that is kind of easy for everyone to understand. This can be done by a variety of formats. So whether we are talking about the requirements management plan, BRD, which is business requirement documentation, process flow, use case, graphs, PowerPoint presentation. One thing we have to understand is that when working with documentation, at the end of the day, we want to be able to communicate a message, right? And you have to find the most suitable way of communicating this message. There's no point handing one extensive technical documentation to someone that doesn't really understand technical stuff. Depending on the receiver, you have to tailor your message accordingly. So again, I did mention use case, graphs, PowerPoint presentation. So whatever format that you choose, the most important thing is that we need to stay consistent and standardized throughout the documentation process. Once we have everything documented, we bring in the subject matter experts to kind of review and sign out the documentation. 7, communicate the requirements. Once we understand the requirements, we need to document them in a standard way that everyone can easily understand. We then share this information with the various business SMEs that we have, who will review and approve it before kind of communicating it to everyone else who is involved in the project. We go about to communicate this by various means, such as interviews, meetings, workshop, DAD sessions. 8, process modeling. One way to enhance the documentation is to use diagrammatical process flows that kind of serve as a visual representation of systems, artifacts. These diagrams promote effective communication and collaboration among all the parties involved. Commonly used UML diagrams include use case diagrams, sequence diagrams, and activity diagrams. There are much more out there, but these are the ones that are mainly BA focused. 9, verify the solution meets the requirements. Once we've handed off the project to, let's say, the technical team, it's kind of important to make sure that everything is kind of checked before moving forward. We need to verify that the solution meets all the requirements, the usability standards, and the project goals. This is essential to guarantee the success of the project and the satisfaction of all the stakeholders. If something doesn't pass the quality test or user acceptance, we need to kind of go back to make sure that they've made the necessary changes. 10, seeing the big picture. As a BA, it's important to see the big picture. Our role involves us analyzing complex systems, processes, identifying patterns, trends, envisioning the ideal solution that would align with the organization objectives. So it's really important to see the big picture, because by doing this, you can effectively identify root causes of a business problem, propose innovative solutions, guide stakeholders towards achieving their desired outcome. So having this holistic perspective is really crucial in driving a successful project outcome and ensuring that the long-term success of the business is kind of met. As a dedicated business analyst, your job is to help business come up with innovative solutions. You work with different sets of people to understand what they want to achieve, and then make use of special techniques and tools to kind of figure out how to get yourself there. So these are the 10 things that every BA should know. If you do like content like this, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It does help new content creators like ourselves grow. So until next time, see you soon.